Hi everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Yoga with Carly. Thank you for joining me here today in my studio. Today we're going to focus on chair yoga. So you might notice I'm sitting in a chair. So if you have a chair like this at home, feel free to grab it. Even if you just have your couch you're sitting on, that's more than enough. It's all you need for today's practice. Chair yoga is very effective for anyone with any mobility issues. It's great for your office if you're at work. It's also just great if you're dealing with any injuries or things that keep you bound to a chair. Some of the things today will be a little bit challenging, but you can always modify any of these poses and just go at your own pace. So remember that this whole series of classes with me are all designed to listen, to honor, and respect your bodies first, and just do what you can and have some fun. So we'll begin our practice today doing a centering. So if you'd like to just close your eyes here, sit up nice and tall, make sure that you can touch the floor with your feet. So if you need to put some blocks or something underneath your feet, have that grounding there. Sit up nice and tall, hands resting on your legs, and we'll start here. Just trying to draw our attention inward before we practice today. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, completely relaxing the body and bringing your mind to a state of peace and calm before we practice. So just continue to breathe here, feeling that length in the spine, relaxed shoulders, the hips grounding down into the seat, the feet grounding down into the floor. And we'll just stay here for 3 more deep breaths, taking a deep breath in and out. 2 more like that, inhaling, exhaling. And last one, inhaling and exhaling. And just keeping your eyes closed, we'll now join our hands together, rubbing the hands together, creating some heat and friction between the hands. And we'll place the hands over the eyes. We'll take a deep breath in here. Exhaling through the mouth, any stress or tension. And then we'll gently set our hands down to our knees. We'll slowly open our eyes and just welcoming yourself to your practice today. Okay, so we'll start with a few joint mobilizations. So the first one is rotations in the neck. So we're gonna inhale, look upward. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, chin to chest. So just continue with this movement, trying to connect the breath and movement. And this will help just tie in your practice and bring everything together. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. And we'll do 3 more like this. Good. And then we'll just do 1 more. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, bringing chin to chest. And then coming back to the center. And so what we'll do now is we'll simply just look side to side. So keep your chin parallel to the floor. And you're going to inhale, looking to your left. Exhaling to your right. Just going side to side with the breath. Trying to mobilize the neck and just exhaling out any stress or tension you feel in this area. Okay. And then bringing it back to the center. And I'm going to drop the chin down to the chest. I'm going to inhale the head up to the right. Exhale all the way around and back down. Inhaling to the right. Exhaling all the way around and back down. So you can continue to do this. If you have any neck pain or if you hear any crunching or anything like that, then just make these movements a lot smaller. So you can just do really slight, small movements if you're feeling any pain in your neck. Okay, take the time to do 3 more opposite way. Taking your time, breathing. 1, 2, and last one, 3. Good, bringing it back to center. Now we're going to work on our shoulders and our rotator cuffs. So we're going to inhale and raise the hands just out to the sides. Exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders like this, and we're going to inhale, opening the elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades back. Exhaling, bringing the elbows together. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, elbows together. So just continue like this. All these little movements are important to do before we start any of the long holds in our postures today. So this will just help warm you up and get you ready for practice. Okay, all of these exercises we're doing in the chair, you can do in your office, you can do wherever you are, you can do them in the shower, you can do them seated on your couch. So these are really, really good for the body and are accessible to everyone. Okay, so we're going to do the same action but the other way. So same thing, you'll inhale as you pull your shoulders back and together. You'll exhale, bringing your elbows around and down. Good, and we'll do 4 more here. Really using the breath. That's it. Good, and then the last one. And relax. Just feeling and sensing now how you feel in the upper body. And we got a few more to do. So this next one, we'll rotate the shoulders back and down. We'll take the hands out to the sides. We're just gonna inhale the arms. As you're doing this motion, squeezing the shoulder blades together. If the neck's coming forward, make sure you bring it back in, chin towards the chest. Keep lifting and lengthening all the way up. As high as you reach. You might stay here if you can. You can interlace your hands, press up towards the sky. You can work on straightening your elbows, breathing deeply here, and just feel that energy moving upwards. So you can feel that breath moving up towards the chest. You can breathe in between the ribs. Feel that energy moving upward. Okay, 2 more deep breaths here. Good, and then exhale, bringing the hands slowly back down to your knees and just pausing here. Okay, so now we'll come into a little bit of a twist motion. You'll take your opposite hand to knee, and then you'll raise up. You'll twist, look back behind you, and then bring the hand back down into the other side. Inhale, opening it up. Exhaling it back down, and just keep switching side to side. Using the breath as you turn and twist the body. And it's just a gentle twist, so you'll notice my knees stay pointing forward. And I'm trying to create that action through the shoulder. Okay, last one here. And then taking the hands to the knees, and we'll do a seated cat to cow. So on the inhale, you'll arch the back and put the shoulders back, and then on the exhale, you'll round your spine, tucking your chin in towards the chest and really rounding through the back. Inhaling, coming forward. exhaling back. So as you come forward, you might even look up. And then exhaling, bringing that chin in, rounding. And we'll do 4 more here. Using the breath. Okay, last one. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Okay, this next one is going to be a heart opener. So you're going to take your hands down, maybe to the back of the chair or the sides of the chair, depending where you're sitting. And you're going to rotate the shoulders back and down, lift through the heart. And you can just extend the chest forward, and we can look up. So you don't want to drop the head so far back that the neck is feeling too extended. So just look up towards the sky, open the chest, breathe here, nice and deeply. One more deep breath here. Good, and then exhaling, we're gonna come forward. So you're gonna take your hands, slide them down your knees. So you wanna hinge from the waist, so you're trying to extend through the low spine. And we're gonna slowly just drop the head and come into your forward fold. So you might not be coming down this far, it's absolutely okay. So you're just gonna hang here and relax, and if you want, you can hold onto your elbows, drop the head, and feel that stretch into the back and into the hips. Good, and then we'll slowly bring the hands to the knees, look forward so you're coming up with a nice flat back, coming back to seated. And then we'll move into some hip rotation. So we'll move our torso around like this in circles. So nice big circles here. I'm just trying to mobilize into the low back, into the glutes, and into the lower abdominal region. Okay, so just continue like this. We'll do 5 circles each way. Okay. So you can inhale as you come forward, exhale as you go back and around. Okay, and then going the other way, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. And just a few more. Good. And last one. Good, and come back up, sitting nice and tall. Just close your eyes for a moment. Notice how you feel now throughout the mid-body as well, feeling warmed up from the head down to the hips now. Okay, so next one we'll do is we'll take our hands just to underneath the chair, or if you have sides of the chair, you can hang on there. And we're going to slide our bum to almost the end of the chair, so that we're going to extend that right leg up. And we want to hold it up, and we want to try to lift the heel up a little higher until you start to feel your seat raise up off the floor or off of the chair. And you want to start to feel that shaking in the leg. So we want to warm up this whole hip joint so you can let this foot shake, keep holding, keep trying to relax the best you can. And then relax, bring the foot back down. Okay, so second side, same thing, extending the other leg up and out. Try to straighten through the knee. See if you can lift up. So almost the left thigh is almost completely off of the chair. And you want to shake, let that leg shake as much as it wants to. Good, keep holding, it might become a challenge. And then slowly dropping the leg back down. And we can just kind of march it out here. So just drawing one knee in and out, up and down. Good. And we'll just do one more stretch for our legs. So we'll pull the right leg in And try to sit up nice and tall as you do that, lengthening through your spine, breathing here. That's it. 2 more breaths here. Okay, 1 more deep breath in. Exhale. And drop it down. And then second side, holding this knee in. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, keeping that integrity. Okay, 1 more. And then exhale and drop it down here. So we're gonna move into something called Surya Namaskar, or sun salutations. So this is an excellent way to just kind of get the blood flowing, and it's very simple to do in a chair. So we'll do this together now. So if you want to just join your hands together at your heart, rooting down through your feet, and then taking that moment to lift through the spine and drop the shoulders down your back. So this is the first position. We'll take a deep breath in here. Exhaling out, and then inhaling and lifting the arms up overhead. We're gonna exhale and try to hinge from your waist. So try to lengthen your spine as you fold down, and you can drop the head wherever you reach is fine. On the inhale, you're gonna press into your knees, draw your chest forward, keep your chin nicely tucked so you're lengthening the spine in a flat back. Exhaling, folding back down. Inhaling, raising the arms up, finding space and length in the spine. And exhaling, hands back at the heart. Okay, so we'll do 2 more like this. Inhaling, opening the chest and arms, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, folding with a flat back. Just dropping the hands and head wherever you reach. Inhaling, coming to a flat back, pulling the chest forward, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, bowing in and folding once again. And this time, inhale all the way up, drawing the hands back together over top of the head. And exhaling, hands at the heart. Okay, so 1 more time. Inhale, reaching up and lengthening. Exhaling, folding forward, dropping the head, relaxing the neck. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bowing in. This time, raising the arms up all the way over the head, extending. And exhaling, hands at the heart here. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Relax, and we'll start another variation. So this one, we're gonna inhale and reach up. You can interlace your hands at the top and just shoot your first finger up. Relax the shoulders. You're gonna exhale to the right hand side. So getting a nice stretch to the side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left side. And then coming back, inhale to center, releasing the hands, coming back into that forward fold. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, bowing in. Inhale all the way up, lifting and lengthening. And exhaling, hands at the heart. And we'll do that variation 1 more time. Inhale, reaching up. Interlace the fingers. First finger shoots up. Exhaling over to the right, getting a nice side body stretch. You want to keep both sit bones grounded on the chair. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Same thing here, breathe into the side body. Inhale up to center, exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bowing in again. And then reaching all the way up to the sky. Inhale. And exhaling, hands at your heart. Take a moment here, breathing in deeply. Exhaling through the mouth. And resting the hands down. So we're gonna come into some standing poses now. So just make sure you have your chair turned this way and you're going to back into the chair. So we're gonna come into something called chair pose. So you're gonna keep your arms straight up, relax your shoulders so they're just in line, the wrists in line with the shoulders, and you're gonna push the hips back. So you want to feel that weight move back into the heels as you push back. And then you want to start to squeeze your glutes. You're gonna come down. For some of us, you might just stay just above the chair. For some of us that need the support, you can sit right onto the chair. Just try to relax the shoulders, keep the knees pointing forward, and try to have a 45-degree angle from where your hip to your torso is. So just staying here, make sure you're breathing, really squeezing the glutes to take some of the load off of the thighs. So just staying here for another 3, 2, 1, and then we'll stand up nice and tall, still keeping the glutes engaged, and then exhaling, hands down by your sides. Now we'll turn and we'll face the chair, and we're gonna come into a lunge pose. So you can either keep the chair this way or turn it around, and what you're gonna do is just step back from your chair, step your right leg forward, and start to bend into that front knee. So you can be up on the ball of the back foot, and then you can just gently place your hands onto your chair, somewhere where you feel grounded. And if you want, you can even heel, just walk, kind of heel toe that foot back and go a little deeper. So when you're in your lunge, you want to keep your knee and ankle in a straight line. You want to keep your hips square to where you're facing, and then dropping down through the hips, and then lifting through the chest, and just looking forward and breathing here. So you'll feel that big stretch into the left side here, into your hip flexor muscles. And just hold for 3, 2, 1. And then we'll step forward, just meeting your back foot with the front, pausing here. And then we'll step back with the second side. So you can place your hands down onto the chair. Just step back, make sure your lunge is wide enough. So then again, when you bend the knee, that the knee and ankle are in a straight line. The hips are nice and flat, and you're drawing your chest forward. So press back through that back heel. Relax the shoulders, keep drawing forward through the chest. Relaxing through the throat, and breathing here into this second side, into the hip. Okay, staying here for 3, 2, 1, and we'll step forward, and we'll move into something called downward facing dog now. So it's really nice with the chair. You can walk your feet back. You want to lift the hands up to the top of the chair and just let your head and neck hang here. And so I'm lifting my sit bones up and back, trying to lift through the hips, dropping down through the chest and head, just letting my upper body hang. So you can really feel a big stretch in the upper body, through the chest and arms and pecs, and also through the lower body into the hamstrings and calves. And just staying here for 2 more breaths. Good, and then you can take the hands down to the seat part of the chair, walk forward, and slowly come up to stand, and just pausing here. So we'll move now into the Prasarita Padottanasana pose, or wide leg forward fold. So what you'll do is just step out wide on your mat. Just check that your ankles are roughly underneath your wrists. And we're going to create that bend starting from our hips. You're gonna lift your sit bones, try to keep a nice arch in your back, and then you're just gonna bring your hands down to the chair. So you'll decide how forward you want to go and how far down. So you might stay here and work on bending your elbows, or you might come all the way down onto your forearms, even dropping your head if that's comfortable. You can stay here. So you notice my weight's a little back in the heels. You can kind of also draw the weight forward and just kind of play around here with your comfort and ability. You can also keep your knees bent too. So if you're feeling a lot of stress and strain in the hamstrings, just keep a little bend in the knees, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, and then we're gonna now move into the twisted variation of this posture. So you'll keep your right forearm down, sort of in line with the midline of your body, into the middle of the chair, and then you're gonna keep your hips nice and flat, and then you're gonna raise up through the left arm. So you're coming into a nice side twist in this forward fold. You can stay here and just breathe 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more deep breath in. Exhaling, left hand down, and transitioning to the right side. So keeping that hand nice and grounded, opening up through the right side. See, my hips are nice and flat. Okay, and also if you have any shoulder issues, you can just keep the arm bent on your low back and work on lifting through that shoulder here. Good, and staying with the breath. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, take it down, relax here. Coming into that forward fold once again. And to come out, we'll bend the knees. We'll take the hands up the chair and we'll slowly come up and relax. And you can walk the feet back in. So we're gonna come into a pose called Trikonasana, or triangle posture now. So what you need is just have the chair there to your side. Step out wide. Again, if you want, you can just use that little rule, ankles roughly underneath the wrists, and then turn the leg you're gonna be starting on to face forward. Okay, so your chair is gonna be here. This leg is gonna stay straight, and we're gonna work on externally rotating through the knee. So try to draw the knee out towards the chair. Keep that big toe planted, and we're just gonna bring the hand down to the chair. Okay, other arm's gonna raise up. So you wanna create a T across the chest. So there's this nice long T. If you want, you can bend into this hand that's on the chair to go a little bit deeper. Pressing out through both legs, looking up towards your top hand, or just looking straight forward. But we wanna avoid dropping the head like this. We wanna keep the neck nice and engaged. Remembering that our cervical spine is also part of the spine. Good, so holding here for just a few more breaths. 3, 2, 1, bending the knee slowly and safely coming back out. Okay, this next pose, we can use the chair for it as well. So we're gonna come into warrior 2. So we're just gonna stand kind of straddling the chair, and you're gonna turn your right toes out. So we're working on hips squared to the long edge of your mat, and you're gonna bend into that front knee. You're gonna press with the back knee. So when I'm using the chair for this pose, you can actually just sit right down onto the chair to make this happen. And you're gonna extend your arms, checking that your arms are in a straight line and they're not up like this, so they're relaxed. And then you can look out over the right hand. And some things that happen in warrior to look out for is sometimes this knee knocks in, so just try to draw it out towards the little toe side of your foot. Okay, and we'll stay here. The back leg is straight, you're pressing into the outer edge of that foot, rooting down through both feet. And we'll come into reverse warrior, so you'll drop the back hand down the thigh, you'll reach the front arm up and open, and you'll breathe through this whole side body. So nice deep breaths here. You can either look up towards your hand or just look straight forward. Continuing to breathe For 3, 2, 1. Coming back through warrior. And we can just put all our weight into that chair and then come back down. Okay, we'll switch to the second side. So again, just stepping out to the other side of your mat, turning the toes to face the front. So our hips are square to the long edge of the mat. This knee, we're trying to externally rotate and keep the big toe grounded down. Okay, so again, you'll just kind of shift your weight forward, place the hand onto the chair, raise the back hand up. So you're trying to get this nice open T through the chest, rotating through this whole side of the waist. You can either look up at your hand, look forward, or even if you want, look down towards your foot, but avoid letting that head sag. Okay, so just staying here for 3, 2, 1. Little bend in the knee. Slowly come back up. And then we'll move again to the warrior posture on the second side. So you can straddle the chair, turn again the toes to face forward, and we're gonna open the arms, start to bend through the front knee, and you might actually come down to sitting on the chair. For me, just some of my weight is being held by the chair, which is nice and supportive. You can press out through the outer edge of the back foot. Make sure your arms are nice and straight, and look over that front hand. Good, so you're pressing apart the mat between your feet, grounding down. And just recognizing the qualities of this posture is strength and courage, all of the characteristics of a warrior. So feeling that inner strength as we practice. And then we'll gently glide the back hand down the leg. We'll take the front hand up and over, and really focusing and breathing into the front lungs. So draw that breath into the front rib cage, nice and deeply. Good, coming back out. And then you can put all the weight into the chair. Just bring your feet forward. Take a deep breath in, closing your eyes. Exhale. And just enjoy this moment of stillness. So we're gonna move into our next pose, which is called forward facing triangle. So you wanna have your chair like this. You'll turn to face your chair. You're gonna step one foot forward and the other foot a little bit back. So both the feet are still hip distance apart, just like you're taking a walking stride, and then both feet can be planted down. Okay, so this leg is gonna stay straight. The hips are gonna stay square to the chair, and you can just hold your hips here, and we're gonna slide forward. So this knee's not locked, it's just soft but straight. Coming forward, lengthening through the low back, and then you can place the hands here. So this might be as deep as you go, or you may end up coming down, going a little deeper, dropping the head, and just relaxing here. So you should feel a big stretch through this hamstring and the front leg and the straight leg. Good, so every time trying to just pull that right hip back, left hip forward so the hips keep squaring, keep lengthening through the spine, relaxing through the neck, breathing deeply here. Okay, staying for 2 more breaths. Last one, inhaling. Exhale all the breath out. A little bend in the knee. And then coming back up to stand, just meeting the left leg to the right. And we'll start on the second side. So you can just step that right leg back. Make sure your legs are wide, hip distance apart. Straighten the front leg and start to square the hips to the chair. Okay, so really important to keep that lengthened, long spine as you slowly lower down, and then placing the hands to your chair. And of course, if you're feeling really stiff here, you would just stay up. You can always come down if you would like. Finding the breath, connecting the breath to where you're feeling the posture, so breathe into that space. Using your exhalations to kind of exhaust out any tension you're feeling in the body. Trying to keep yourself focused on what you're doing. Good, one more inhale. Exhaling all the breath out. And then we'll bend the knee, look forward, and just join the right foot to the left. Just taking a moment to feel and sense both legs, feeling that openness in each side. And we'll come into the next posture here. So this one is called Stork twist. So what you're gonna do is just lift one leg up, place it onto your chair in the center of the chair, and then we're gonna come into a twist. You're gonna take your right hand to the left knee. You're gonna open up the left arm. So you wanna keep the wrist in line with the shoulder. And you're gonna use this leg as leverage. So you're pushing in to the hand, and you're pushing your hand into the knee. And you just turn and look back towards that hand. If you're getting kind of wobbly, if you're losing your balance, then just look down towards the floor or at something that's not moving. Just staying here for 2 more breaths. Last one. Good, bringing it back to center, taking that leg down, just pausing to see if you can sense the quality of every posture, and then switching to the other side. Okay, so that right leg will be onto the chair now. Left hand's gonna come to the outer right knee. Right arm is gonna open up. So same thing here, coming into your twist. The hips stay square to the front, to the chair, and I'm rotating through the torso and through my shoulder, looking out towards the back hand. And just staying here. 2 more deep breaths. Breathing into that shoulder. Last one. On the exhale, coming back and just resting the foot down and just pausing here for a moment. So we're gonna move into some balancing postures now, which can be fun using a chair to help you out. So the first one's gonna be tree pose. So you can just press down through your right foot. You can hold on to your chair here with your right hand. Open up your knee. So you might stay here with your toes on the floor still and working on your balance here. Or you can move that foot anywhere along that inner leg, just not right onto the knee joint. Okay, so if you want to, you can even bring your leg up to the inner thigh. You can keep your hand here holding it. Or if you'd like, you can bring this hand to the heart. So this chair will help you stay steady and balanced, and you can always just kind of test that, taking the hand away, and if you feel really wobbly, bringing it back there. So just holding here, seeing how that goes. Try to find your focus, so try to focus on a point on the wall or floor that's not moving. Really challenging your balance. Grounding that foot down into the floor. Good, and to come out, you can use your chair again. You can take the knee in and slowly bring it down. Okay, and we'll just switch. We'll move the chair to the other side. Same thing here, left foot grounds down. Really thinking about grounding that big toe, little toe, and heel. Lifting up through the spine. Opening up the knee, and then again placing that foot onto whatever wherever you're comfortable, try to use the same position on each side. Okay, holding here, finding that place. It's called a drishti point, a point of concentration that you'll be staring at. If you want, hands can come to your heart. And if you want to challenge yourself even more, hands can raise over your head to wherever you're comfortable. Again, rooting in through that standing grounded leg, lifting through the spine and relaxing the shoulders if your hands are up overhead. And just staying here for one more breath. And then taking the knee back in and coming down. So this next posture we're going to do is called Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. Sometimes it's also called balancing stick. So sometimes how we can do it is either standing at the back of the mat, and this one's a little more challenging, coming forward and grabbing a hold of the chair, but we'll show it this way first. So just hold on to the chair with a little bit of distance back. So you can walk your feet back until your arms are straight. Put some weight into your left foot, and then just begin to lift the right leg up from the floor. Okay, so yours might not be as high as mine, and that's okay. So you'll notice here, I'm trying not to open this hip. I'm trying to keep my hips really flat. So I'm trying to keep this right hip down, pushing back through the heel, and then lengthening forward through the chest. Okay, so it's a really good, powerful posture to build strength in the legs and to work on all those little stabilizing muscles. Okay, one more big breath here to lengthen the body. And then exhale, coming down. So just bringing the right foot to the left, standing up nice and tall. Okay, and we'll switch sides. Okay, so ground down through the opposite foot. Maybe place the hands foot here first for stability, and then start to lift up and press back through the left leg. So I'm flexing my toes in towards the shin, extending through the back heel, really trying my best to keep my hips flat and arms straight as I lengthen. However you need to accommodate yourself here. If you have bent arms, that's okay. If your foot's just even up this far off the floor, this leg is still getting all the strengthening and stabilizing, so no worries. One more breath here. Exhaling, taking the leg back down. We'll stand nice and tall. And again, just taking a moment to feel and sense the whole body from the head to your toes, relaxing here. So the last standing pose we're gonna do is a stretch for our quads. So this might take a little monkeying around in order to get your foot properly set up on the chair. But basically what we'll do is just stand with our backs towards our chair. We're gonna work on just bringing the knee down and the foot up the chair. So if you're sitting at home on your couch, you can do this too, just placing your knee there. And then we're going to just bend through the front knee so this quad feels a stretch. So some of us will feel it already quite a lot, just like this. Some of us, we might even grab our foot and bring it in a little bit to feel it a bit more. Just trying to breathe here, concentrating on the front of the thigh, finding that stability through the standing leg. Okay, and make sure you're breathing deeply, because a lot of the times when we feel quite an intense stretch, we'll hold the breath. So try to breathe through it. Good, and you can set the foot back down, and then just come back off of your chair. Okay, and we'll switch to the second side. So same thing, taking first that knee to the chair. The foot can come up the chair. And then you might bend a little bit through this knee just to get a deeper stretch into your quad. For some of us, it won't be necessary. You'll already be feeling quite a lot with the quad stretch there. If you'd like, you can reach back and then pull that heel in towards you. You should feel that big stretch into the quad. And we'll just hold here for about 20 seconds. Trying to breathe into where you're feeling the stretch. Good. Good, and then gently placing that leg back down, and we'll stand back up. And we'll come back down to seated now. So these next poses we'll do will be a little bit of a challenge. So this is called Navasana or boat pose. So what you can do here is just grab a hold of the back of your chair or just underneath your chair, wherever you feel comfortable. And we're gonna try our best. You might just do this with one leg. So you're gonna try to bring one leg up, bent, maybe both legs up, and try to sit back so you're onto your tailbones. You're holding here, lifting the chest is really important. If you want to cheat a little bit and lean back into your chair, that's fine too. We're going to lift the legs up. So you might keep your knees bent in here, engaging the core, or you might lift them up. And you can just hold here. You can work on straightening your legs, which might be really tough. Okay, and then bend the knees back in, and then we're just gonna pulse a little bit here. So you'll bring the knees up and down, up and down. We'll try to do 8 here. So then grab 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then relax down for a second here. Okay, so we'll take a little break and forward fold. So just simply taking the hands down your legs, drop the head and neck, breathe here. If you want, you can hold your elbows. Just let your belly relax onto the thighs, or make some space and separate your legs so your belly can relax between the thighs. Good, and then slowly come back up. And this last pose we're gonna take is pigeon pose. So what you're gonna do is cross that right ankle over the left knee and try to flex the toes here. So try to draw the toes back towards the shin. And if you want, you can kind of hold this knee down a little bit. And you're gonna work on simply folding forward. And you don't have to go very far before you start to feel that pull into the right glute, right hip area. So you can just hold here. Nice, long, deep breaths. You can relax the head. Try to keep the low back long, so keep trying to extend forward through the chest. Keep the sit bones grounded onto the chair, and just stay here for another 3 long breaths. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Inhaling, exhaling. And last one, deep breath in and out. And slowly come back and set that leg down. Okay, getting ready for the second side. Again, crossing the left ankle over the right knee, flexing those toes in, rooting down through the sit bones and drawing the chest forward. So you're lengthening through the low back. And then just come down as far as you'd like. Some of you might be coming down further to get a deeper stretch. I like to just set my hands onto my legs here like this and just breathe here, relaxing the neck, feeling that stretch into the left side hip. And just staying for 2 more breaths, inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. 1 more inhale and exhale. Good. Slowly coming up, taking the leg down, Just pausing here now. We're going to move into a relaxation. If you're comfortable sitting here in the chair, you can feel free to just do your relaxation here. For myself, I'm going to transition to the floor. We've now transitioned to the floor, and you can just bring your legs up onto the chair, and this is a nice restorative posture for shavasana. So shavasana is our final relaxation posture that we'll take today. So while we're here, what you want to do is just make sure you feel absolutely comfortable. Just turn your chin up towards the sky and tuck it in a little bit so the back of the neck is long. Close your eyes and soften the body completely. So while we're here, we want to just focus on letting go of any tension, any muscles that are still trying to work. Just trying to let go of that grip on the body and just calm the breath. Try to feel yourself now completely relaxed and calm. Trying to be as still as you can for the next few minutes. Just taking a moment to recognize all that work you've done. Giving yourself the permission to relax and let go. And now just feeling your whole back relaxing into the mat. Feel the arms heavy. The hips rooting down into the mat. Start to notice the breath. Breathing in deeply, feeling the belly rise. Breathing out, feeling the belly fall. Long, deep breaths here. And with every exhalation, feel yourself relaxing a little more. Becoming a little more still, a little more quiet. And just bringing your awareness to the face, relaxing the jaw, the eyes, the forehead, relaxing the entire face, head, neck, and throat. And just feeling the entire surface of the skin now. Sensing relaxation in the whole skin of the body. So it will just send this ripple effect of relaxation through the whole body. Keep relaxing here as you breathe deeply. And so feel free to stay here for the rest of your practice. If you want to stay here for a few minutes longer, feel free. We'll close our practice now, so we'll just roll over onto one side, just cradling your head in your arms. Just taking a moment to just feel the effects of your practice. And then we'll slowly transition to seated, where we'll close our practice for today. So just joining your hands at your heart, bowing in, thanking yourself for practicing today. And as always, it's a privilege and honor to teach, so thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching Yoga with Carly today. If you want to learn any more information about chair yoga or any other types of yoga, please check out the website www.lokahsangayoga.com. Thank you so much. Namaste.